Hey, in this video I want to show you how to create a feature request form for your product with Reform. First of all, I want to talk a bit about why you would want to add a feature request form into your product instead of just having people send you an email. By showing them a place where they can provide feedback, your users that is, you're signaling that you actually care about getting their feedback. So it's a good way to show that you're actually interested in hearing from people about these things. It's also a good way to keep the data nice and structured. If you get everything via email, there won't really be any structure to the data. People can format their email and include whatever they want. You can also ask for extra context about the specific feature request instead of going back and forth via email, which is super helpful. You can also connect your forms to other tools. So that means that your feature requests can go to your Notion database or your Trello board or whatever you're using for project management automatically every time there's a new feature request. Finally, it's easy to keep track of who requested which features, and that means that afterwards, when you've implemented the feature that they're asking for, you can actually let them know and send everyone a message that asks for that specific feature and let them know that they impact the roadmap of the product and that the feature they requested is now live, and people love hearing that. Let's have a look at how you create one of these forms in Reform. So this is the page that you see when you sign up for your Reform account, and it allows you to pick one of the templates to start from. And one of the templates we have in Reform is a feature request form template. So we pick that one and we get sent to the Reform form builder. In the form builder, we can see the feature request form here as it looks by default. It's got a heading, a message, and a text area where people can describe the feature. We're asking them to give as much detail as possible. And also a text area where people can describe the current workaround, which is a nice context to have for you. It's nice to know if they've actually searched for a workaround or tried to figure out a way to do this. Finally, a place for them to put their email address. If you already know their email address, like if they're logged into your product, you can pre-populate this field so they won't have to type it. And that's how the form looks. It's also got a thank you page here that people will see after they have submitted their feature request. So let's try to publish it. If we click the published button here, we can see that the form has now been published and we can view it. This is the form that people will see when they are trying to submit a feature request. Inside a Reform, you can head over to the share page. You can grab the URL to send to people. You can embed the form on your own website or inside your app. As you can see in Reform, we actually have one of these linked to in our sidebar here. If I click this link, I'll get sent to the Reform feature request form. It also has a picture, which is something you can consider adding to your own form if you like that. Finally, if you go to the integrations page here, you can hook your feature request form up to some of the other tools that you use to run your business. So you'll automatically see a new feature request in Notion, for example, or in a Slack channel, or in your email inbox, which is on by default. Back in the form builder, there's actually a bit more that we can do to customize this form. If you toggle the form settings, you can change how the URL structure looks. You can decide if you want, instead of showing the thank you page, redirect people to another page, maybe on your website or somewhere. You can add your logo. You can add your brand colors. And I think that's all you needed to see in this video. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time.